Hey guys, Coach JT here. Today we're going to go over some band work. Like I said in our video earlier, band work, we're going to do a whole separate video for band work just so we can make sure that we get the right technique, give you guys a couple of ideas of what you can do. When you can't get in the water to swim, you can either substitute this in for that or just when you're doing your normal gym. And even your activation stuff before you swim. It's always great to do these exercises. So I'm just going to run over 3 exercises really quick. First one we're going to do is external rotation. Now the band that we have here today, it's a light green band. We've picked it up from Rebel Sport, but really any band as long as you're close to the right resistance will work. If you find that the band is too light in resistance, then just grab it a little bit closer. You should be able to, you'll get the right idea for what the resistance should be. Now with external rotation, we're going to hold on to our band. We'll tuck our elbow into our side. Ideally, what you should be able to do here is you should be able to have a small towel rolled up and you should be able to hold it against your side at all times. So external rotation, I'm starting with my hand straight out in front and I'm going to rotate externally. So rotate away from the band and then come back, out and come back. Now when I'm coming back, I'm taking it nice and gently, making sure I'm not letting the band pull me all the way back. I'm just taking it nice and easy on the way back. So I can probably afford a bit more resistance. Pull it across and then straight back. You notice that everything's tucked in and I'm trying to keep that nice and stable. So that's external rotation. You might start with three times through, maybe 5 and build your way up. Eventually you'd want to get to the point where you're going 3 by 10, 3 by 12 of that. Second exercise we're going to do is internal rotation. So internal rotation is just the opposite. I'm going to do it on my other side now with my right hand out in front. I'm grabbing onto my band. I'm going to pull the band away from its anchor. Same thing again, I'm going to tuck my elbow into my side, keep my shoulder nice and still, and I'm just going to pull across and then back. Across and then back. Notice when I'm coming back, I'm holding the resistance of the band, making sure that the band isn't pulling me back. Same thing, elbow and shoulder nice and stable, and all I'm doing is pulling straight across. So after you've done your internal and external rotations, they're always a good place to start. The next one's a little bit more swim specific. So this is going to be a swim catch drill. I just call it the swim catch with a band. So like I said, we've just picked this band up from Rebel Sport. You can really do this with any band. The bands that we have a little clip on the end. So we'll clip them around just to make a circle for us to put our hand through. Now I've seen lots of videos on Facebook and YouTube where people are doing swim videos and they've got paddles on the end of their band or they're holding their band just like that. Those exercises are great. When you are holding your band like that, one thing to be mindful is when you're swimming, we want to make sure that we're moving away from using our hand to pull through the water and we're not pulling through like this. We want to use our whole paddle, so you want to try to get into a position where you can use your whole paddle while you're doing your band exercises. That's the reason I like to have this little loop in the band. So with that, we'll put our hand through the loop and then we'll catch the band in our palm. We do that so that when we go into our drills here, and I would apply that same principle to any swimming specific band activities you're doing. Try to go into this position here rather than pulling through with your hand. Once I'm in this position here, I'm going to get down like I'm swimming. Try to avoid standing upright, try to get down as if you're swimming. I'll face where my band's anchored from. Now I'm going to get nice and deep with my catch just like I want to do when I'm swimming. Big thing to remember when you're swimming, the power's coming from your hips. So you want to try to do that, make sure that you're engaging your hips while you're doing these band activities. Try to avoid just pulling through without having any engagement of your core. So remember your arms are always connected up to your hips. They're the motor. I'm going to drive my hips and then my catch is going to follow. So as I'm doing this, I drive my hip forward where my left hand is. I would drive that and my right hand would follow. I'm going to get nice and low in a good catch position. Drive, my hand follows. Now if I wanted to extend on that drill and go a little bit further, say I wanted to pull a little bit further through, I would rotate with my left, pull through, and you'd actually want to step through and rotate. Now the reason for that is, like I said, the hips are the motor. So if you want to pull all the way through, when I'm swimming, I'm not going to pull my hand through here without my hips rotating. Okay, so always make sure that your hips rotate. So with this activity, same again, you might start with 3 by 5. Maybe if you can probably start with a few more on this one. trying to make sure you're engaging your lats, your pecs, your bigger muscles when you're swimming, moving away from engaging your shoulders by just pulling through, and then build up towards 3 by 10 or 3 by 12 with that drill as well. If you have any other swimming activities or any other band work that you've been doing that's been working well, just drop it in the comments below. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, happy swimming if you're still swimming, or enjoy your band work if you're at home.